Hello and welcome back to another Divinium demo. Today we are showing off a bronze tier mystery saber that I went a little overboard on. I stopped taking in mystery sabers a little while ago. I'm just working through the ones I booked in. But they've become more of a passion project than a business endeavor because the amount of work I've put into this far exceeds the ticket price on it, which has been the case with pretty much all of the mystery sabers, which is part of the reason I'm not doing them anymore. This one is 99% hand machined. The pommel is a Phoenix pommel from my Crimson class that I had lying around that I wanted to use because it just fit the theme perfectly. And the switch rims are found parts, same with the cover tech. But the plungers are custom made. The thumb screw I also had lying around, and obviously the set screws, but everything else fully handmade. You don't usually see that with a bronze tier. Usually there are a lot of found parts that are cobbled together with a couple custom pieces to make some cool lightsabers. This one I took as a personal challenge. That's because I have always struggled with the prequel kind of style. I've done a couple prequel themed in the past and I was never totally satisfied with them. The customers seem to love them, but I always felt I could do a little better. And I think this kind of captures that. We've got a lot of matte black. We've got some Obi-Wan themes, some thin neck, some grenade section, the cube pommel, but it still feels original. It doesn't look like it's copying anything. We've got some silver powder coat up here, black powder coat there, gold powder coat in there. This is actually made of steel because it threads in there. If you look close, there's a gap there. So this actually goes, it's a thin neck inside a thin neck, which is super cool. You appreciate it more in person. But this shroud is kind of laid over top, which is super cool. Chassis as well, I went a little overboard on. It's supposed to just be a normal install, but I added some greeblies. I recently got a Bamboo X1C printer. For the longest time, I was doing resin chassis because most of my work is crystal chambers. This one, I did a PLA with a very fine layer level and then some resin greeblies that I've painted. And you've got a kill switch and your USB-C at the bottom, a removable chassis, a removable 18500 battery, and a big 28mm Smuggler's Outpost dark side bass speaker.
Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
Now, the customer said just throw on whatever light side font. He's gonna do his own config on there, which is fine. Something to keep in mind, flip the kill switch off before you clear the first lip there. You don't want to short these pins out. Once you've cleared it, then you can flip it on.
The Clone Wars.
Now, the pommel and grip are sized in a very specific way so that it presses against the diaphragm of the speaker and lines up. So you're gonna give it a little force, not too much, and just turn it until everything lines up nicely. You'll notice there's a tiny little gap. It doesn't screw on all the way because we want it to press against the speaker. And the reason for that is volume.
The boy you trained, gone he is, consumed by Darth Vader.
This is super loud, super clear, very awesome sound. Now this one has a 7/8 inch blade socket, not a 1 inch. And it has a, I want to say 832 set screw in here and tightener screw. So like I said, we haven't really done much with the config because the customer is doing their own setup on here, but we want it to be functional. So of course everything is working. We have twist on, twist off. And because the set screw is fairly short, I like to tighten it down a little bit. There is no blade, just so we don't lose it. I powder coated the set screws a little bit so they'd match. This one, do not touch. This one, do not touch. Don't unscrew this. Don't unscrew this. You don't need to unscrew this.
Very good.
You can,
Very dry. The
but
Sith.
you don't need to.
We.
It's best to keep everything screwed together and just access the chassis via the pommel. It slides out nice and easy. And that's just so we don't wear the threads down and we can maintain our nice alignment of everything. You know, it lines up pretty nicely. Also included with this saber is a bronze tier plaque. How cool is that? As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.